Yeah. Your
Hello,
paper.
hello,
Nice to
hello.
see you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? I'm Stromae, Paul Van Haver.
Moi aussi, je suis Stromae, Paul Van Haver.
Your wish.
Which one is it? Welcome to Pause Play. I am the Zach Monson. We are here in beautiful Toronto at the Sound Academy with the amazing Stromae.
Thank you, hello.
Hello, how are you, my friend?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm very good.
Okay.
Thanks for asking. I appreciate it. So, you grew up in Brussels, born to a Rwandan father and Flemish mother. What was your childhood like? What was it like growing up?
Actually, in a modest neighborhood, not poor, but almost poor. Pretty happy, actually, because even if it was a little bit poor, thanks to my big brothers and sisters, and sister, only one, they hide me everything, all this kind of bad side of life.
Yeah.
And I was pretty lucky to see only the good side of life.
So when you were a kid, what was the music that was playing in your house? What were the records that your mother would put on?
James Brown, Papa Wemba, and some salsa music, but I don't remember the name of the group, the band, but yeah.
And so, after you had heard your mother's music and your older siblings' music, what was the band or the album that you started to love as your own taste in music?
So you were talking about when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I think the first one was Drew Hill.
Oh,
Something like that. Yeah,
smooth.
maybe Drew Hill or un, dos, tres, un pasito pa'lante, parilla, un,
Oh,
dos,
yeah.
tres, un pasito pa'lante. I don't remember his name.
I don't remember the name of that song, but
Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin.
he's a classic. Everybody loved the Martin.
Actually, I thought I was dancing salsa when I was listening to this song,
Ricky?
but I understood later that it wasn't salsa.
Not at all. No. And what do you love listening to now? What are some bands that you're really into right now?
Mount Kimby, I told you that.
Mount
just
Kimby,
before.
yeah.
Yes, I discovered that.
Yeah.
Another one is King Krul. He's an English singer. Another one is Benjamin Clémentine, another English singer. Lots of different things. Césaria Evora. I'm back in the Pepe Calais and older Congolese rumba. So yeah, different stuff.
So your newest album came out about a year ago, Racine Carrée, which for our English listeners, is square root. Where does the name come from? What are you talking about?
It's difficult to explain, but it was so obvious when we were just thinking about the title we want to have. So I don't know, because of the mathematics, geometrics, visuals, like you can see.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, because of my roots, that's the first time I want to bring old influences, my real, when I was really young, before I decided to choose my own music, my own style. In the old family parties, we used to listen to this kind of Congolese rumba, salsa, zouk, all this kind of African music.
Yeah. So the new album sounds much more polished, much more sophisticated than your last album. What was the writing process and the producing process different from Cheese?
Actually, thank you for the compliment, and
You're very welcome. Yeah.
actually we work with more people, so maybe that's the reason. More objectivity, because for the first one we were just my sound engineer and myself, of course our A&Rs and my manager, but no many different opinion on this album. And on the last one we decided to work with different composers, musicians, and it was so refreshing. So yeah.
Is there an artist that you would love to do a song with on an album in the future?
It won't be easier,
Yeah.
but Adele, for example.
I will call her. We'll make it happen. We'll do it.
you.
If you're watching right now, Adele, this is it. This is him asking you to do a song. So let's talk a bit about Papa Ute. It's exploded in the last year. It went to #1 in 16 countries, top 5 in 31 countries. You talk about fathers and how they should act and how it's not easy to be one. What was your relationship with your father like? Are you drawing from real life experience, or are you more of a storyteller here?
No, I'm more like a storyteller. The first version was so personal that I didn't want to let it like that, like in exactly what it was, as it was, and I prefer just to talk about. I think that my life is not really interesting. I'm not telling that my story is boring. I'm just telling that my life is not more interesting than yours or yours. Actually, it's just about our lives. And if you recognize in the song, it's cool. If it's not, it's okay as well. But actually, my job is just to take picture as a cameraman, as a director, as a photographer, just taking pictures and accept my point of view, which is influenced, of course, by my own life. I couldn't put my real life more than this. And some sentences comes from my story, but it's not interesting to say which one comes from my own story.
And so what makes a good father? What kind of father would you want to be?
Unfortunately, there is no solution to be that. There is no answer to this question. I don't know. Just an open mind father all the time, because sometimes you're. I don't know actually. Just be there for my son, my daughter. Just trying to do my best. Make him happy, but not making what he wants to do all the time. Just be strong when he needs that, and when he needs that, and be just more free or more easy when he needs it as well.
And you talk about things very honestly, and you talk about serious issues, love and romance and politics and discrimination in a very honest way. How do you go about writing a song? Like, what are you drawing from? What's your process of writing a song from start to finish like?
Actually, I want to be so exhausted that I couldn't be not sincere. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so exhausted, like, okay, you have no barrier anymore. So, for example, for Formidable, it was like 15 hours all night long at 8 in the morning, I had like something raisonnable. And I'm just trying to be the most honest I can. And after that, I let just some days or some hours to have more objectivity, and because sincerity is not only be spontaneous. Sincerity has to sometimes think about it again and again. It's not only about be spontaneous. So it's a balance between the both.
So we asked the last artist that we had in to ask you a question. I'll show you that question now.
Hi, my name is Adam Cohen, and my question for you is, what is it that is a hurdle that is in front of you that you need to overcome to get where you're going?
Change my mindset all the time, because otherwise I think that's the beginning of the end. And I think just change your mindset all the time. That's a good exercise to keep going. It's
a great segue for me that you just did, but changing your mind is one thing, but changing the way you look, changing the way you act is another. In your live shows, in your music videos,
that's
you
what
love
we
to
are
play characters and wear a costume. Why do you love to do this so much? Where does this love of playing a character come from?
I think that originally it's just because I cannot make any choice, and that's why all the person of my team hate me, because all the time I have to to make decisions, but I can't, and that's my biggest problem. But at the same time, it's un atout, c'est un avantage aussi, because yeah, I think it's so interesting to think in place of somebody else all the time. Okay, but what should he thinking? No, something. Sorry,
Yeah.
you understand me?
Non, non, c'est parfait.
Okay. Donc, and it's so interesting, but sometimes it's so long to take a decision at the same. Yeah, it's difficult sometimes.
You know, not many artists are willing to open up their musical process and show people how they write music and how they go about it. But you openly show people in your YouTube series, you know, Les Sons. Why did you start this? Why show people how you make your music so personally?
Actually, I don't show everything.
Of course, yeah.
Otherwise, it could be really, really long. So,
Yeah.
but in 5 minutes, yes. And I don't think there is no secret. So the only thing is your ears and your taste, what you want, what you love, what you feel, and that's all. It's not about the sonority or something, or there is no solution. There is no mode. Y a pas de, So it's just about what you feel, and when you're just trying to be the most sincere you can. But actually, it was more promotional way to show how my music and make you discover my music. So a more funny way to show you my music.
And, in these videos they show you using Propellerhead's Reason software, which I'm a Reason addict.
Really?
Completely.
Okay.
I use it every day for the past 10 years. I love
Welcome
it.
in the family.
It's the best. So why Reason? How did you get on to Reason?
I don't know. I love it, and actually, thanks to producers from Belgium. One is One Shot, and the other one, actually, it's Street Fabulous. It's a collectif.
Yeah.
It's a team, and they asked me to work on it, and it was so. And now I'm used to it, so I continue to compose with it. It's more spontaneous sometimes, but all the time change your own mindset. Maybe
Absolutely.
it could be interesting to change one
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Well, Reason 8 is coming out in
Yeah, I heard
think
about it.
like a
Yes.
week.
Yeah, but I hate change. But yeah,
So
it's
you
okay.
want to be able
It's
to
necessary.
change often, but you hate change.
You
I
know,
get
yeah.
it. Yeah, I get it. So are there any plans in the future to maybe write an English song?
Sorry, but
Don't
no.
have to apologize to me. That's fine. No.
No, but before 5 or 10 years living here, in an English community, it's not possible for me. So I have to, like I said, I have to be sincere. And English for me is not really the most spontaneous language I use. So even if it's the second language I can speak, it's not the one which is my mother language, so I prefer to choose French. And I'm sure that English people and you, for example, understand that maybe something more sincere in French than if I would sing in English, you would say like, okay, it sounds like weird or something, not sincere or something,
Yeah.
So I prefer to sing in French.
So just the last thing to bring up, you've sold out this tour. I mean, you've sold out all your venues. What should your English audience know about you for them to grow, to reach out to more of an Anglophone audience?
What they should know, actually, I don't know. That I'm ridiculous on stage.
Yeah.
They have to know that maybe.
Yeah, that's perfect. You can hear Stromae on, you ready for this? Stingray Music's Chanson channel, Franco Pop channel, Le Top Détente channel, Eclectic Electronic channel, and Dance Clubbin' channel. Thank you so much for having us, man.
Thank you for
Appreciate
inviting
sitting
me.
down.
Thank you.
Tune in next time, guys. Bye.
C'est ce qui ne va pas, un sacré papa. Dis-moi où es-tu caché, ça doit faire au moins 1000 fois que j'ai compté mes doigts. Et le juge, je voudrais te faire ta fête. Tout le monde te fera aussi ta fête.
second. I'll give it to you.
No, we the Bring Me the Horizon. We had a remix of one of their songs by this group called